20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. Rap your city. Let me see the mic. Rap your city. Give me the mic. Rap your city. I got you. Rap your city. I'm gonna tell you not mine. Rap your city.
It's time for us to go live, so rep your city. I really would appreciate if y'all roll with me. Feeling this music cause it makes me wanna step. And if you don't want it to, then you lying to yourself. Cause every time we party, we gon' have fun. I don't know about you, but I'ma rep where I'm from.
Rap your city. Okay. Rap your city. Let me see the mic. Rap your city. Give me the mic. Rap your city.
for my city. Put on. East side. Put on. South side. Put on. West side. Put on.
Wanna fight once more, my style. Fight me. We came here to battle.
Bruce Lee in the mix, right here, RYC Live. Tell me, I did not just beat him.
You're pretty good.
Frequency, hey, yeah, hey, I'm about to flip on your frequency, flipping it, frequency, flipping it, frequency, flipping it, yeah, flipping it, your frequency. I'm changing your channel, I'm doing it easily, I'm giving you wisdom, and I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping their frequency, I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping their frequency, yeah, I'm flipping your frequency. I'm changing your channel, I'm doing it easily, I'm giving you wisdom, and I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping their frequency, I'm flipping your frequency, yeah, I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping your frequency. I do this for fun, and I do it for funds, popping bottles and bottles now, used to be popping them guns. You ask why did I stop? I wasn't ready to go, cause I had visions of living in prisons, no business in sentence that row. But hip-hop saved my life, and niggas say yours. I paid my dues, you gotta live to pay yours. Now need I say more? You wanna even the score? First start with that beat in your chords. You say it's a hit, delete and record. Go. Rap's too plain, so I fly over heads. Since rap done changed, many died over dreads. Social media got they eye on your threads. Now you want your Facebook, go live for the feds. I'm changing your channel, I'm doing it easily, I'm giving you wisdom, and I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping their frequency, I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping their frequency, yeah, I'm flipping your frequency, I'm changing your channel, I'm doing it easily, I'm giving you wisdom, and I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping their frequency, I'm flipping your frequency, yeah, I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping your frequency. How long I've been rapping? How long you been trapping? What's all of this flexing about? You should've gone into wrestling. What's all of this smoking about? What's all of the drinking about? Popping pills and sex and talk about brain, here's something to think about. The cameras on corners, weather's getting warmer, but you're yelling and throwing up. Got them calling them coroners. Now you swarm the corners, join with mourners, wanna unite. When nothing was caught on the cameras, but we getting tickets with pictures for running the light. Something ain't right, like touching the knife, playing with swords, got you cutting your life. Some trouble come easily, repeatedly if it's illegally. Repeatedly people proceed to be greeted with evil be. Frequency, I'm changing your channel, I'm doing it easily, I'm giving you wisdom, and I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping their frequency, I'm flipping your frequency, yeah, I'm flipping your frequency, I'm flipping your frequency. I live for hip hop. What happened to the real hip hop? Hip hop. What happened to the real hip hop? What happened to the real hip hop? I live for hip hop. What happened to the real hip-hop? Like acrobatics and jump and flip-flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip-hop? Hip-hop ain't drill and hip-hop, no. What happened to the real hip-hop? Like acrobatics and jump and flip-flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip-hop? Hip-hop ain't drill and hip-hop, no.
Pay attention, listen, learn. You ain't put in work, so props you ain't earned. No, cause every time we give a new nigga a turn, they just tear down, destroy, and watch it burn. New breed. Ignore it like a stepchild and neglect it. Use it, abuse it, rendered it helpless. I love it, respect it, wear it like a necklace with skills to reveal and share with you, never selfish. A tight rhyme always been my lifeline. Was raised by the pioneers before my time. You know, had flow, had style, legendary. I'm about to resurrect it, no pet cemetery. But if I do believe it could be trouble, I'm bringing back Tupac, Biggie, and Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, hip hop sometimes wonder where it would be. No Russell, Eazy-E, Lil J, Master P.
What happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jump and flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No, what happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jump and flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No.
Never compare the two, cause they're not the same. It's been a change in the game, I'm glad I'm not to blame. Little rascals claiming every block's a gang, and the opposite type, the shorthand made oppa name. Take a second, ponder on it. I live for hip hop, I place the armor on it. Drill ain't hip hop, who put the genre on it? Those who killing hip hop, there's karma on it. Take heed, make your passion your purpose, and hopefully vocally that hit won't murk you. See, I promise hip hop won't hurt you unless you a male at a party that you wore a skirt to, or just maybe your feelings at a rap battle, but you live to redeem yourself in the next battle. See, this drilling is killing us like fast food, and here's the answer to the question if they ask you.
What happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jump and flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No, what happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jump and flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No.
Drilling is killing us like fast food.
Hip hop ain't drill.
Welcome to the RYC Live Show. This is RYC Live, Rep Your City, Fresh Fridays. And so welcome, everyone. We're back again with our last and final episode of the year. So we're doing a little something special tonight. And so before we get underway, I just like to say peace, love, and gratitude to all of our supporters over the years, not just this year, but over the years, people that's been supporting the RYC Live platform, and of course, Chicago hip hop in general, and people that, you know, are just all around good people, right? So we just want to tip our hats off to you all, thanking you, for you continually pushing forth the culture and showing your love and supporting us on this platform. And also to those that have shown or sent us monetary donations, we appreciate you for that. Anyone that has donated to the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum via monetary or memorabilia or artifacts, we appreciate you for that. So anyone that's just constantly pushing forth the culture, we truly just want to take this time out to thank you. Also, too, we're getting ready to go into a new year, as everyone knows. And so we want to continue to drive our subscriptions. So if you have not done so already and you like the programming that you get each and every Friday that we provide for you for your entertainment purposes and history and knowledge and all that good stuff, hit the subscribe button. Go to our YouTube channel and hit subscribe to the channel. So you can keep up with the latest and the greatest that we continually provide for you. And if you'd like to be a guest on a future show, please send us an email to ryclive at yahoo.com. That's ryclive@yahoo.com. And someone from our team will be more than happy to get back to you to let you be booked for a future show on a future date. So at this time, I want to shout out to the team, RYC Live. The RYC Live family is in the building. And in just a moment, I'm going to bring out Mr. RYC Live himself. He's in the backstage area. Send a shout out to Lady Alicia and also to my wife, who is now in the bed sleeping. What can I say, right? So, so here we are again. We're concluding tonight with a wrap up of 2024. 2024, we're concluding the wrap up this year. So we're doing a special segment to kind of highlight and recap some of the great things that happened in 2024. All right. So if y'all have anything that y'all like to share, please mention it in the comment area. Engage with us tonight. Please do share this broadcast. Sharing is caring. We do this each and every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you could have been anywhere around the world, but yet you chose to be with us tonight. So without further ado, let's see what's going on with Mr. RYC Live himself. Haven't seen him in a good while, and hope he's doing good. And you know, I think he's ready to come from the backstage area. I think. Let's just see. Let's check it out.
Yo. Yo.
What's going down?
What's going on? I'm scared to say that. I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't even gonna do that one. What's going on, my brother?
Oh man, long time no see, right?
It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. I'm looking right here, man. I'm looking at something red. What is this? You see that?
Yeah, I see something red right there.
That's red, right? And what's crazy is this is a white wall right here. That's why I'm looking behind it, because I'm like, what is this red? Like, my hand disappeared. You see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Don't get old. What's up, bro?
Oh man, how you been doing?
Man, if you were only a fly on the wall, bro. What is that, Jack Daniels?
This is some tea.
Oh, bro, that looked like a brick right there. That looked almost like a brick of Jack Daniels, my brother. I'm about to say, when you start drinking? But what's up, man? Listen, bro. I've been really running around like a chicken with his head cut off, man. I know you probably wonder, like, what in the heck do he got up his sleeve now since he's, all covered up and everything, you know what I'm saying? And it is funny because it reminds me of some of the guests that we've had on the show that had on the little masks, that we all were wearing during that COVID time. And I would ask myself, like, why do they have the mask on when it's just them in that little area having an interview? But I know my reason why I have this on, but I just didn't know their reason. But you just never know, man. You just never know what's really going on.
Yep, that is so true.
But yes, man, we have come to the last final show of 2024.
Yep.
And before we do this 2024 recap, I'm going to cut this down because I believe we may be getting an echo. I'm not for sure, but I hear myself talking.
Okay.
So I don't know if, for those of you who are tuned in, anyone who's listening, if you can just comment and let us know if you hear an echo, that would be great.
Okay.
Or I can just check right here on the monitor screen to see if we hear an echo. So let me just try it out. If you hear an echo, that would be great. Or I can just check right here on the monitor screen to see. I think we should be good.
Okay. Yeah,
but
I think so too.
For those, if we have anyone who's tuned in right now, if you can just text us and let us know if you're hearing and echo. Like when you talk, do you hear yourself talking? Do you hear yourself talking in real time, or do you hear a repeat?
I hear myself in real time.
Okay, I do hear a delay
You
in
do?
my voice.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing else up, right? Like no volume or nothing, right?
Oh, no, of course not.
Okay.
You know me. I'm quick to
Yeah.
kind of.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we should be good. Yeah. I want to say this, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but I just want to just send out some gratitude to the man above for allowing us to still be here to see this year come to an end, and preferably we can continue to go on over into the new year and see that one through as well. So I think that's important, and they say health is wealth. And so, we lost a lot of people this year, and we'll get to that at the end of the segment. But I do think it's a good thing to just be grateful that we are still alive and breathing.
Man, there's nothing more important than that. No matter how important we think things are,
Yeah,
when you really look at life and other people's situations, when you think you have it hard and you can see other folk and be like, man, like, what am I complaining about?
yeah,
But just the fact of being able to wake up and see another day, especially with all of the lost soldiers uh, that we unfortunately had to say goodbye to
hmm
this year alone, and we have something special at the end of the show for those who lost soldiers.
yeah,
But I'm grateful, man. When it's all said and done, look, man, we've been going strong on RYC Live for going on consistently. I want to say, about 12 years.
yep,
I want
yeah,
to say about 12 years.
yeah, yeah,
And for you, my brother, to come along, man, and help to make RYC Live what it is today. I couldn't have done this without you.
Hmm.
The team couldn't have done this without you, man. And we've had several hosts come and go.
yeah, yeah,
And we talk periodically, and we kind of know that in order to have some form of longevity, you got to love what you do and do what you love. Because if not, whatever it is you're trying to do, it's not going to last too much longer. It's not going to last long. So to have a passion for what we do is what's keeping us in the game.
yeah.
And
I agree.
we're grateful to have you on a team, and we are a team together, and that's how I look at it, man. So kudos to you, and we have something special for you. Ain't gonna do it right now, but we like to show our gratitude, our appreciation, and give out flowers sooner than later.
Yeah,
But man, again, you have, you bring people on the show to tell their story, their walk through life, their journey, and I'm like, what about my brother? Like, I'm like, you man, you just you just have a love for what you do, and so for you to be the one that I happen to personally know who reach out to these people to allow them the opportunity to share their story to the world, you have a story yourself. And so, and every day that you get on here, you're building even a bigger and bigger legacy. Even when you were allowing others to tell their story, man, you're making history every day. We're making history every day. So kudos, gratitude, man, to you. And the missus, because she has allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much respect to Tracy. We thank Tracy just as well.
Yes.
So
yeah.
with all of that good mushy stuff being said, let's go ahead, man, and kick this show off, man. 2024, ending 2024, and going into a new prosperous year that I can't wait to enter.
Well, you know, with that being said, it just reminded me what you just highlighted. It just reminded me as to why I try to be consistent and enjoy doing what I love, and you know, just because you know I know how it was done toward us. So I'm always grateful for WHPK, and I know some people might even get tired of hearing me say it, but it has a really intimate, you know, place in my heart just because of what it done. And it didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have to do that for any of us, but yet it did. And I always tell people, I say, I feel like I don't think we would have learned about the real hip hop as early as we did if we hadn't found HBK. And so, you know, I like to continue to represent it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, keep the legacy of that alive. And then, you know, try to continue to, you know, emulate it. You know, in other words, you know, like, you know, continue running with the baton, so to speak, you know, for what they done for us. You know, I'm hoping that we're doing something great for other people of today. You know, anybody that's out there and they're following us and checking us out, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, we're making a cemented foundation for people and what we're doing here on this platform. So yeah. So with that being said, like to start off the year this year, man, like we had the privilege to get be in the presence of brother K Ill himself, DJ K Ill from WHBK, and he came to the museum early in the year, basically all the way back in January. He came to the museum, man, and well, actually, it was February. It was February when he came, and that was still kind of like in the winter time, and it was just great to see him after all these years in person. And he was amazed with the museum and everything. And then, you know, of course, we had him a few years back already on our YC Live show, so we got his story.
Absolutely.
But just to see him in person, man, and then he donated a big old poster from 1988. You know, from I think it might have been one of the concerts that you was at. I think it was that concert where you was with Eazy-E and Too Short here in Chicago at the Regal. And because their names is on the poster, and he had the poster framed and basically donated that piece to the museum. You know, he had it sitting up in his office for years. So, you know, I was just like, wow. So you know, so everything that we're doing, man, it's nothing but legacy. It's nothing but legacy, and it can't do nothing but warm my heart because, you know, we've been living and breathing this thing with hip hop, and you know, and to be able to see any kind of offspring coming from it, you know, reaping any kind of benefits is a wonderful feeling, you know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so I actually had the clip of K Ill real short, and for those that may have not seen it, but you know, he shared so many great memories with us, but one clip in particular that I uploaded where he basically gave us a drop. And anybody that remember listening to WHBK, whether you met K Ill in person or not, you can definitely clearly remember his voice because it was very distinctive, you know. And so I like to just play this. Let's check this out.
This is K Ill from WHPK 88.5 FM Chicago, and I'm here with Artistic and Kingdom Rock, holding it down at Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum, 45th in Indiana. Cold Kicking It Live, Chicago.
I didn't hear any audio.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
Nothing came through. It was just his picture.
Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, so I don't know why that was because I heard the audio.
You want to try it again?
Yeah, sure.
This is Kay Ill from WHPK 88.5 FM Chicago, and I'm here with Artistic and Kingdom Rock, holding it down at Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum, 45th in Indiana. Cold, kicking it live, Chicago.
Was that did you hear anything that time?
So the strange thing is, the good thing is I have my monitor, so I'm able to actually see everything.
Uh-huh.
So as far as the main monitor, it actually froze. And
Okay.
so I wasn't able to hear anything. But when I looked on the live monitor, I did see where it did play.
Okay, cool.
And it's like playing again. So, it's playing again. So it's literally about we working it.
Okay. Yeah. So that was a fond memory back in February. And Tego Ones, what's up, Tego? Checking in. I see you, my brother. He say we heard it. So that's good. So that was great. And I look forward to building more with all the DJs in the very near future from WHBK. We're actually trying to work on doing an upcoming event next year, hopefully. We just got to kind of work out all the logistics and plan it and stuff, but we're looking to do like a HBK reunion. In my opinion, I think we should do that annually, if possible. You know what I'm saying? I think that would just be dope.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's something I definitely look forward to every year.
Yeah. So and then earlier the first month of this year, we had Dr. Groove came to the museum, and he actually brought a gentleman with him, and it was great because Dr. Groove is connected to a lot of what most people don't know is really like the beginning of our culture here in Chicago in terms of hip hop. So there are a lot of people that Dr. Groove is connected with that some of us may or may not know, but are really like the very beginning of our hip hop. So a lot of people, when you say, well, who's some of the earliest legends in Chicago hip hop, and we might point fingers at who we might believe, but technically it's people that go further back than them. Like somebody might say Ange 13 or D.A. Smart or even you, but we know that there's actually people that go even further back. But we interviewed Lady V on the show just recently, and Lady V was one of the first females, to my knowledge, because she used to rap with Dr. Groove back in the day. And she said she started rhyming in 1979.
Wow. I was just 10 years old.
So, when we hear about like some of the early cats in New York, we know their history go back to the 70s, but we don't often hear that when we talk about our history in Chicago, like especially 70s, it's just like, what, but we do have a history. And so I just want to send a shout out to Dr. Groove, and his whole crew, Sneak Attack, and thank him for blessing us with people that he's connected with so that we could continue to learn about our heritage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out one time to Dr. Groove.
Yes, sir.
Much respect.
Yeah. So we've been trying to keep busy here in Chicago, and of course, obviously on the show. We partnered up with another non-for-profit organization called Southwest Creative Studio. We actually partnered up with them last year, and so this year we actually got the approval for a grant. So it's a D-Case grant between the two organizations, our organization at the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum, and then their organization. And we're going to be doing a pop-up officially in the spring of 2025. So just wanted to put that out there. We don't have all the details just yet, but when we do get them, you all will know. But we're going to actually be doing some great things. We're going to be doing more pop-ups around in other areas, moving up into 2025 and beyond. But this one that's coming up in the springtime, that'll be one of our first official pop-ups that we're going to be utilizing some of the funds that we got from the grant.
Okay.
Yeah. So shout out to the whole team over there at Southwest Creative Studio.
Congrats on that grant. So now you can make some power moves,
Yeah. Looking forward to it, man. The work is never done.
But hard work pays off, and education definitely pays off because and skills. So a little bit of all that works well together. That's a good chemistry for success.
Yeah.
Sometimes and when you don't have the full package as an individual, you want to try to collab with other people who have those strengths so that you can still make power moves. So, it's working itself very well, So again, congrats on that. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
And I want to send a shout out to brother Megastar and his homegirl Miss Mina, because when we connected with them earlier this year, in fact, when we had them on the show back in February, we actually had them on the RYC Live show.
Yes.
And it was right before they did a show themselves out in Gary, Indiana. It was an event out there for the legends. They had Do or Die and Crucial Conflict performing. You know what I'm saying? And we was up there with the posters, the collage posters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. And he's still him and Miss Mina. They still doing their thing, keeping busy as usual. You know what I'm saying? With all type of stuff going on.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, much kudos and respect going out to them because they've been grinding very hard, for a long time. And even before their platform, Megastar, man, he's been doing some things from way back in the day. So he's still staying relevant. And, that's the key nowadays. You got to stay relevant. You gotta keep pushing, man. You can't give up,
Yeah.
And so this man been doing his thing, man. And I can't do nothing but salute him for just the grind because he's been consistent. I haven't been knowing him. I knew of him back in the days, but right around the time we did our first RYC Live concert, he performed on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, man, we've been, he's been cool with me. I don't have no issues with him, man. I love to see somebody grind hard, you know what I'm saying? So that right there is what we need. And I wish more could get that grind going on, man, because we will be so much further with what we do as a whole in our city.
Yeah.
But we holding it down, man. So at the end of the day, we still got to play our part. And again, man, we're consistent, which is good. And so again, I'm excited about what's to come.
Yeah, same here. And then we work a lot with Columbia College. Send a shout out to Columbia.
Shout out to Columbia College.
Yeah, constantly they're constantly in our corner with doing hip hop related things. And even though I never attended Columbia College, just so many people that I know that did, and yet they're still connected, still relevant. Shout out to Amina over there at Columbia. She teaches over there. Amina, you know what I'm saying? And her hubby, Chris. Yeah. They're constantly doing great things. And from time to time, they always invite us to come down and speak at the school. But there's an event that they do down there every year called the B Series. And it's put together by another guy named Brave Monk, him and his wife. And it's always a dope experience. And we got a chance to come down this year back in March and set up a whole table, Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum section up in there. And, we had a panel discussion, everything, man. It was real real nice. They always doing great things, and so we look forward to coming back down next year. Yeah,
That's what's up. That's
yeah,
what's up.
yep. And then also now, as far as the show RYC Live, back in April, we had the privilege to have Miss Cinda Williams on the show. You remember this, Mr. RYC Live, when we had Cinda?
Oh
And
yeah. Oh
you know,
yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
that was such a great experience because
Man,
like
it was an honor.
yeah, like she is from Chicago, and it didn't dawn on me until right before I did the interview how much we had of a connection because she grew up. She actually went to school with one of my homeboys' sister, who's a little older. She's a few years older than us, but her and Cinda went to the same grammar school back in the day. And so when I had told them that Cinda was going to be on the show, one of my homies from my old neighborhood that I grew up in was just like, "Oh, she went to school with Sharon." And I was like, "Get out of here. She ain't never went to school with no Sharon." And then sure enough, Sharon, she hit me up, was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, Daryl." She was like, she's like, "We did go to school together." And I'm like, "What?" And so when we had on the show, she was like, "It's true." She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I remember." She's like, "That's one of my favorite grammar schools back then when when I was in Chicago." And so shout out to Cinda. Saying her first film she debuted in with Spike Lee, and Denzel Washington was Mo Better Blues.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So to have her on the show, man, and hear her story, that was pretty special.
Yeah. Hey man, listen, man. I'm always grateful, man, when we get our guests, man. Every guest that we have on the show, man, it's like we have some really good guests that come on with some fascinating stories, man. And it's a good thing, man, to hear hear those stories because even people like who are in the limelight, you never get a chance to really see their walk of life, their journey. And so, to kind of know what it is and, what they went through to get where they are, and just to kind of hear that, man, it helps for those people who just feel like success is so far away. I mean, just to know that these are average people too.
Yeah.
And, these are average people that just working hard and around certain opportunities and some who still make their opportunities to get where they are. So just to know that these people, like, they're humans just like everybody else, it should help to give that push to help encourage those who are still trying to pursue their dreams. So, man, these stories and the good thing is, man, the way you pull the story out of them, man, it's like, it's not a boring interview. And sometimes, and what I like the most about what we do is we don't prep people for interviews, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we want the interview to be just as exciting to them, even though they're telling their story.
Right.
And so, when you pop these questions on them, some people, some people get nervous. They're like, "So what are you going to ask me? I need to know what you're going to ask me." Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end, you're gonna get loose. You're gonna get loose. You're gonna get comfortable, and then those membranes are gonna start kicking in, and then you're gonna be flowing, and you're gonna forget all about the butterflies and all of the stuff that because this is your story. So there's no need to fabricate anything. I mean, just let it all flow.
Yeah.
And so that's that thing that you have in you, man, when it comes down to these interviews, man. And then you'll pull something out of their own story and their own history to the point where they like, well, where you get that from? Like, wait, how you know me like that?
Right.
So, and that's the good thing about when you do interviews, man, because you do your research. You do your research, man, and that helps to bring about a really good story. And then, when you start to get off into the meat and potatoes thing, we already at an hour. So we halfway there now. We want to know the rest. You're building this thing up,
right?
And so sometimes we may go over our time, but it's well worth it at the end of the day, man, to hear these stories, man. And there's been some awesome stories, and of those the guests who we had on the show, man. And again, I'm looking forward to some more interesting stories, man, because it's just good to hear it. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then that just reminded me of, like I said, in February we had K-Ill, but then in March we had JP Chill. So JP Chill from HBK came down to the museum, and it was just like, man, JP. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was great to see him. He rocking a beard now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
Now he was the baby face back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it was just, you know, and to see from both him and JP, or JP and K-Ill, to hear how they felt about the work that we're doing, you know, on the show and at the museum, it was a good feeling, you know, because they just was very impressed. You know, they was just like, man, you guys are keeping the spirit alive in Chicago in connection to hip hop, and man, like, you know, they was impressed. They were just like, and it was just like, we're glad to be a part of you all's journey. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like it was some real like emotional stuff going on up in the museum, man.
Yeah.
Like DA was there, and DA like was giving straight up testimonies and stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like we was up in there emotional like a mug.
Yeah. And just to know that they work, man, didn't go in vain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, man. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, they are part of my history. You know?
Yeah.
Can't tell my hip hop story without mentioning them guys.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say anybody from our era, 99.9% of those people can't tell their story without mentioning them either.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Good job, man. You know, if we have to pat our own selves on the back, we'll do it, man.
Right.
And sometimes, you know, we dig way back to sometimes the people that's in the younger generation, kind of like, you know, we're talking about people who they have no clue about. But it's still good to know your history, where hip hop has come from here in Chicago. Because the same way, we have to sit back and kind of listen to who the newcomers are. You know, so I mean, I'm not trying to ignore who the newcomers are, who's supposed to be repping our city. I got to know who's repping our city, man, because we can have some misrepresentation going on. And I ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if you're going to rep your city or rep this city, you got to rep this city.
Right.
And if they don't know you, they need to know you. Just like, if you don't know me, you need to know me. If you don't know this guy, you need to know this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally agree. You know, and it's a lot of hard work goes on into these projects and things that we're doing to just keep the relevancy alive, you know, keep that lineage connection, you know, because obviously there's a lot of new people on the scene now, men and women on the scene in hip hop, and you know, and it's great to see the culture continue to live on, but you know, there should always be that connection of, you know, like, hey, you know, who was before you, blah blah blah, who kicked this thing off, you know, like, yes, let's get down to the root of this thing, because a tree is nothing without the roots.
Hey, let's continue this, but let's get ready to go to a commercial break, all right? Let's go to a commercial break, and let's come right back with some more of RYC Live. Right here, Rep Your City, RYC Live, with yours truly, the one and only Artistic, and Mr. RYC Live himself. Thanks for watching, and while we going on this break and to pay the bills, y'all share this broadcast, because we here for a minute, y'all. Tune in, send some comments. Let's talk, y'all. Let's vibe with us. 2024. This is the last show of 2024. Come on and jump in the queue, man, and talk to us. Let's go.
Hey, yo, legends, where y'all at? We got a mission. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 7. Enough is enough. On the corner, fireworks burst every night without a patriotic soul in sight. Time's running out. Time's running out. You can't teach what you don't know. You feel me? You feel me?
A lot of people use the term hip hop, and they use the term hip hop as rap music.
Stop the violence.
Whoop your kid. Whoop your kid. Whoop your kid.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Welcome back to the RYC Live Show, Fresh Fridays. I'm your host here tonight, Artistic, and we got Mr. RYC Live himself in the building tonight.
Yo.
Yeah, shout out to the legends of Chicago hip hop, man.
Chicago hip hop, legends of Chicago hip hop, and also the Chicago Ill Cypher.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you know. So
Gotta say what's up to my brothers, man. They've been kind of quiet on the set, you know what I'm saying? Everybody doing their thing. We get it, you know what I'm saying? We know that, you know, when you're quiet, sometimes, you know, you got something brewing and something's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to the team.
Yeah.
Got a lot of teams, man. RYC Live team, the Legends of Chicago Hip Hop, you know. Shot Ill Cypher. I mean, and everybody else out there that's doing their thing, you know, who has made us a part of their team.
Yeah. Know? Shout out to my other family, the Shot Rock Nation, you know what I'm saying? They've been kind of quiet.
Shot Rock
too.
Nation.
Yeah. Here's one of my favorite pictures too, man. Like this was I don't remember the exact year. It wasn't this year, but this was one of my favorite pictures, man. Like, you know, like you know what I'm saying? Like this was definitely a special night, you know what I'm saying? When we had the legends over at the studio and chopping it up, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got Brother Raheem there and True Son and Kingdom Rock and Black Ice and also Jihad, you know what I'm saying, in the building.
Yeah, that's a dope picture, man. Yeah, that's a dope picture. I gotta ask you a question, man. Why Black Ice always in the center, man? Black Ice, man. We're gonna start putting him in the back, man. You know what I'm saying? Black Ice always want to be in the center, man. Like, you know. we gonna put him in the back where he gotta peek over somebody's shoulder. You're like, who is that cat? That's Black Ice, right? Yeah. Shout out one time to Black Ice, man, the king of poetry, man. That brother is really all over the place, man. You know, he's all over the place. He gave himself the perfect name, the Black Clark Kent.
Yep.
I mean, I really don't see how this brother gets sleep, bro. You know, working a regular 9 to 5 and being able to be out of town on a regular basis. Man, you look up, he's in a different country. Doing this thing, man. You know, got his the poetry POET organization, different branches throughout the city. You know, the founder of the Legends of Chicago Hip Hop.
Yeah.
That man got his hands in so much stuff, man. So I can't do nothing but salute my brother. You know what I'm saying? This guy is just all over the place, man. Yeah. You know, he has his gospel talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Been consistent with that. What do we call it? The Truth Hour.
Yeah.
You know, and so that brother, man, you know, that brother is all over the place, man, and he's making a name. He's building a name for himself and a legacy for himself, man. And I'm proud of my little brother, man. You know, I'm proud of him, man. He making noise. And also shout out to Dub Steve, man. You know, the Power Hour, man. You know, he's been doing this thing, and every now and then, man, he allow people to tick him off. But I'm glad that it hasn't discouraged him to the point where he is giving up. So, you know, shout out to my brother Dub Steves, aka Double C, for doing a great job and being consistent and, you know, making power moves.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Which reminds me of back also in March, there was another event that took place called the 312 Music Awards. So, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to make it, but they're getting ready to do it again next year. And this is a award ceremony where they give out awards for people's contributions, you know, by different, you know, according to different categories. So it's called the 312 Music Awards. So shout out to their entire team, you know, just trying to give people their flowers.
Shout out.
Yeah. And in March, we also did a panel discussion at the Art Institute. So once again, shout out to Amina. She always keeps us updated on whenever there's an engagement for us to come out and speak. So Kingdom and I and Dante went down to represent for the museum. And that was real nice. Most Definite was there along with his homeboy DJ Illinois. So they was on the ones and twos, and we represented all the elements. But you know, it was a real nice showcase. We had visitors there, so they got a chance to kind of look into hip hop from their perspective based on what we presented to them. And I love the educational part of being able to teach other people what it is that we do and how we do it, you know, just so that they can just understand what hip hop really is better. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people are confused, man. Like, you know, people, you know, they got so much garbage from the industry, and then you got people out here that don't know nothing about hip hop, and yet they out here trying to talk about it. So it's just a lot of confusion going on, you know, even to this day. And then you got, you know, the industry, you know, with some of this. Some people say hip hop, but they just use the one element of rap, and they just totally exclude all the other elements, and that burns me up too.
I know, man. Like this ain't just this element, you know.
So, you know, but yeah, for those that's keeping it 100, man, it's just like, you know, represent the whole body. Like I always like to tell people, you can't like leave out of one space and leave your left arm and your right leg on the couch. Like it just don't make any sense, you know.
It don't make no sense. It ain't gonna make nothing else separated from the body like that.
Right. So, So then also I want to send a shout out to Direct, you know, from the West Side, Triple Darkness over there doing great things too, because he actually put together an event at the Promontory earlier this year, back in March, and we got you know, it was actually it was actually two events. One was thrown at the Promontory for GQ. Shout out to GQ, because GQ had like a fundraiser event.
GQ, shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, Direct, I failed to mention him earlier, but you know, like he kind of like on the same thing as we are. We're just trying to make sure that we keep the legacy alive of people that's doing what they're doing here in Chicago. He's like, man, we need to focus on our own right here at home.
Yeah,
so that's what he be on.
Yeah, so Direct and I are supposed to be doing a song too, man. So
yeah,
if you watching this broadcast, what's up with that song we supposed to be doing? And this is the song we supposed to have been done. But I get it, bro. We some busy people, man. But we gotta put this song out, bro.
Yeah. And then, as we mentioned in the outset, we're gonna save the fallen soldiers for the conclusion of the segment. But we lost our brother Orko last year in December of 2023. but we didn't celebrate his life until April of this year. And so that was real cool. It was great to see a lot of the graffiti artists come out, and we got a wall over on 47th Street, and we came out and all did tribute pieces in honor of Orko, and so that was cool. And then we also did, actually had a celebration event up on the north side. And that was great. You know what I'm saying? Great seeing so many old school writers pop out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We took a lot of pictures that day. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to meet his son, actually his three sons, because I had never met any of his kids. So I got a chance to meet all three of his sons that night too. And the oldest son looked just like him, looked just like Orko back when he was a teenager.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a little spooky, man. And you see somebody like, wait a minute, hold on, man. What's your name?
Right.
That's kind of like what I told. Remember that story I was telling you about when I was walking up out of Food for Less one time?
Yep.
And a young lady walked across. I'm in a lot. I'm driving past the lot, and this girl who happens to be a lady now, and she was a lady then, but she was walking across the front of my vehicle. I almost hit her.
Okay.
And then she looked around, and I looked her in her face, man, and she literally was the twin of this young lady who I went to Purple Mansion, went to Inglewood with. She looked just like Bebe. That was the lady name, the girl name back then, because we were teenagers. Her name was Bebe.
Right.
And I had to ask her because she just looks split and twin, man, just the split image of Bebe. And so I rolled down the window and I just asked, I'm like, do you know somebody named Bebe? And that girl said, that's my mama. Bro, like, I'll never forget that. And she actually called her mama and was like, Mama, this guy on the phone named JMD, and he said he know you. And then she was like, yeah, we went to school together. So for you to say what you just said about Orko's son and to see that, man, I mean, that's a freaky situation to come across when you see somebody that looks identical like their mother or father or sister or brother.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that he has a son that looked like him, man, because I would have freaked out if I had saw a dude on the street.
I know.
Yeah, man.
I know. The only thing is his son is not into graffiti. That's the only way. That's the one difference that you can tell. Okay, this is definitely not Orko, obviously.
Exactly.
But like the facial features and the whole swag, just a young Orko all over again.
You're like, found the youth. Yeah, man. He's gonna be dearly missed, man. I'm still trying to find that picture that him and I took when we had that first Legends reunion picnic.
Oh wow!
Nice. Yeah, I'm still trying to find that photo.
Yeah, that'd be dope to look to have. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, this year I got a chance to go in May. I got a chance to go to the house exhibit over at Navy Pier. So shout out to Lori Branch and Lauren and the rest of their team for putting together the display at the Navy Pier featuring, the house pioneers. You know what I'm saying? And I think it just concluded this year. So if anybody, and they extended it, it actually was extended from earlier this year, from back in like May, because I went like shortly after it opened. And then it went all the way into this month to December. And so they just closed it down. So hopefully people got a chance to see it. And if not, you'll have to probably catch them on the next go around, whatever they set up, the next pop up. But it was really interesting. They had like QR codes on some of the information that was on the board where you can scan it and it'll take you to a website or to an interview, and they're doing just like we're doing. They're trying to curate and lay the foundation, lay the bricks in the building, so to speak, to kind of like highlight the history of house culture here in Chicago. So I got to respect that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of house, man, we had the one and only Grammy Award winner nominee, the man himself, the king of Chicago house music, currently, the one and only DJ Terry Hunter. We had him on the show, man, and you had the honor to interview that brother, and not to mention y'all were former classmates.
Yeah, man, it's so surreal because actually we connected or reconnected again when I got a chance to do a pop-up with the cats from New York. So Pete Nice was one of them, and that's when I actually got his phone number to get him to come on the show. But he was a part of the pop-up in New York. So we had some previous meetings, because when they decided that they were going to come to Chicago to do the pop-up, they hit us up. It was like, yeah, we got to get with Chicago to get their history. And so maybe we could do a collabo. And it was really, really great. But I didn't know that Pete Nice was, working with them like that. And so when he came, I was like, oh, wow. I was like, man, you a collector? I didn't even know, man. Like, it's just crazy. It's like a small world. And so he bringing out his artifacts. I'm bringing out our artifacts. And it was a great experience. But from that, Terry Hunter was there that night. And so Terry walking around, being Terry Hunter, right? And so I kind of stopped him in the midst and was like, man, I said, I don't know if you're going to remember this, but I just took him back to high school, right? As soon as I brought it up, bro, he was just like, bro, he was like, he was like, you just took me back. Just, like he remembered, like it was a fond memory that he said he had totally forgot about.
Yeah.
Until I brought it up. And, he was just like, man, bro, he was like, I forgot all about that. And so, I asked him for his number. He's like, no problem. He gave it to me. And so he's like, man, let's keep in touch or whatever. And I was like, yeah, man, we want to get you on the show. He's like, let's make it happen. So just cool, brother, and everything, and speaking of which, even before then, I seen him for the first time at the, performing live at the Chosen Few picnic. So, I went there for the first time this summer and, out of all these years and had a great experience. And, I seen him as well as the other Chosen Few DJs get down. And so, so yeah, it was time. It was time to come full circle. And now I'm glad we got him in our on our radar, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So we can connect with him in the future.
Well, hey, man, I think you may have something to follow up behind that story right there.
Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, let's take a look at this is another portion of a recap from this year at the Chosen Few picnic. And I enjoyed it. So I know y'all going to enjoy it if you did not get a chance to go. So let's take a look at this and check this out. Let me take off this here real quick and we're going to get into this little clip of the one and only DJ Terry Hunter. Yeah. Welcome back to the RYC Live Show. Yeah, man, that was a great experience. I had such a great time. Only thing I said that if I ever go back to the Chosen Few picnic in the future, I'm gonna make sure to bring a tent. Because it was burning out there, my brother.
If you didn't know, you know now.
I know now, boy. I was wondering when I got there, I seen all these people, with tents, and I kind of got there late. I got there around like noon, a little bit before noon. So that was relatively late compared to people that was there like early that morning before the sun even came out, But,
Right.
but man, all I had was a folding chair and I had my little cooler. So I had my folding chair and my cooler, but I was like this all day.
But next time you'll be better prepared.
Yeah, better prepared, man. I was like, but it was definitely a great experience. I recommend people go if they haven't been, because like I say, and the main reason why I went was because it was the same weekend of our class reunion. My grammar school friends, and we had planned it the same weekend of the Chosen Few picnic, and we just decided, hey, we might as well, for those that want to go, we can go to the picnic. So that's what we did, and so yeah, man, I got a chance to get footage and pictures of a lot of the DJs and just enjoy the experience. Yeah,
man, I love it. This right here, RYC Live, man. This my top hat, man. You know what I'm saying? And one day I'll be donating this to the museum.
Well, how about that?
Yep. One day.
Yep.
But man, want to send a shout out to all our viewers who's tuned in right now watching the RYC Live Show. We're recapping 2024. That's right. We're recapping the year 2024. So whether you're tuned in right now, watching us live, or even on the playback, we appreciate you all taking a moment of your time to tune in. And if you have not yet already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please take a moment and do so. Share the broadcast. And as far as donations, there's not a donation too small or too large. We fund this out of pocket to bring you history, Chicago hip-hop history. And not just hip-hop history, but just the journey and business ventures and entrepreneurs and people like that who would like to share their story, and also the exposure that comes from the show. So again, our Cash App information is right below, scrolling on the lower third. So, a generous donation is always appreciative. And again, thank you all for tuning in. And you're not, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, just take a moment and do so. We appreciate that.
For sure. And in harmony with what we were just talking about in regard to house, we got the blessings to get the visit from the one and only Tyree Cooper. Right?
Tyree Cooper, the producer, also super duper trooper. He make the bass and boy is banging. Well, look at Tyree Cooper, man.
So he finally got a chance to come over to see the museum, and he asked a question. He said, "Artistic." He said, "I got a question for you." I said, "Okay, what's up?" He said, "I want to know, how do I make it into the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum before I make it into the House Museum?" And I told him, I said, "Well, that's a question I can't answer because you would have to talk to the house people."
Yeah. I don't know, man, but hip hop has a way of standing out no matter how we do it.
Yep.
And we make history. So
Yeah.
that's another one in the books.
Yeah. So I think he was thoroughly impressed because he was just like, and then he brought his lady with him. So she was like, he told me he did this and he told me he did that, but I didn't think he, in other words, it was impressive because she was just like, oh, he said he did it, but now I can see for myself what it really is.
Right.
And not
He don't have to be biased.
yeah.
Let's see how he rubbed off, what impact he really had on the outside. And
Yeah.
speaking of DJs, I want to give a super shout out one time to DJ Ram, who we had the honor and pleasure of interviewing on the show in 2024. We had been promising him to get him on the show much sooner,
Yeah.
but the timing was perfect when he did come on the show. So we had him on the show, and he also gave us a little live performance, man. It was a dope show.
Yeah, definitely. And we look forward to him coming to visit us at the museum. He was supposed to come down over the summer, but something came up when he was in town and it just kind of set him back. So he wasn't able to get over there, but we'll hopefully try again next year.
Yeah. And I remember just a few weeks ago when we had Vice on the show, and he was talking about Ram, and it brought back some memories because he was talking about that location downtown where he was actually DJing at. And I don't know if that was his first time meeting DJ Ram, but I remember that spot, man, because it was like 3 doors down from DJ International.
Okay. Yeah.
And then right next door on the right side of DJ International, they had made it into a reggae club. It was called Club Dread.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And diagonally across the street from DJ International was the warehouse.
Yep.
All right there on Randolph.
Yep.
And nothing's there now. Those landmarks are no longer.
Yeah.
You actually go there now, man. It looked like a little booth, like some type of parking lot booth or something like that.
Yeah. That the DJ, the warehouse is actually a restaurant now.
Mm-hmm.
You go there, it's just a restaurant, and that's not the original warehouse, but that's the warehouse from the 90s.
Right.
But because at the time I was so embarrassed when I went there because I did a live video and I was talking about this is the original warehouse, and then somebody checked me. They was like, "No, bro, the original warehouse is on Jefferson," and I'm like, "Oh." I had to delete the video.
Yeah. Hey, that's what made you who you are today. Because next time you put that out there, you're gonna make sure you do your research.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. And it was
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. And so and that's why I try to, when I hear people talk about stuff that I be like, oh, that's inaccurate. I try to make sure that they know, because just like somebody checked me, you don't just let people put out wrong information,
Right.
especially if they don't know. Let them know, because then that's how lies and stuff just build up, because people are just constantly putting stuff out that's just not true.
And look, this is kind of like it's kind of like off the grid, but it's still on the grid because it's still hip hop.
Uh-huh.
And because we're talking about DJs and stuff like that, like growing up in the hood on the South Side in Gresham, when we used to throw the basement parties, or when I used to throw the basement parties and stuff like that. And one of the guys who was actually coming up as a DJ, he wasn't quite a DJ. He was, getting his little DJ equipment. He was becoming a DJ, becoming a neighborhood DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But I had that lock in my area anyway, because the same with like the breakers and the graffiti writers, like you gonna claim the block you lived on. So, if you a DJ on your block, then you on your block, but you ain't coming over here with that. So DJ Reese, who is actually Little Durk's DJ, stay like right on 77th and Carpenter, like right around Aberdeen and Carpenter and stuff like that. So we're gonna try to get him on the show too, because from time to time we do message one another, and so we're gonna get him on the show. We're gonna talk about his story, and and probably a little bit about Lil Durk, who I actually went to school with. Lil Durk's dad, Dante Banks. They call him Big Durk. So that would be an interesting story to kind of see how he would go back from the past to the present, and so we're gonna try to get that brother on. He's all over the place, but I think we'll be able to get him on the show.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Start getting some, like we were talking a little earlier about our generation of hip hop, and then the newer generation and who they actually are, and to even get them on the show to tell their story, because I want to know what their stories sound like. Like where was their beginning?
Yeah.
Where did they begin and start? Because whatever their beginning was, most likely we may know, but it's a lot of new stuff out here that we don't know. And we need to know as much as we can about Chicago when it comes to hip hop, because for one, you're one of the main guys down there at the museum. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just good to, like we always say, it's always good to still make those connections.
Yeah.
So I want to know how their connection corresponds with our connection. Like, where does that meet? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to how we're going to do that.
Yeah, that's dope. And that just reminded me of which I would like to share in a moment, but the special epic photo shoot that we did this summer back in July, at the end of July, because July in Chicago is considered Hip Hop Heritage Month. And so each year we open up with a brand new exhibit on the 1st of July. And so this year, right before we concluded, we did a big old epic photo shoot with the brother Ronnie Boykin Jr. And I was just so, honored and privileged to be able to witness all of these people come and be a part of this shoot, man. And then we made a short documentary about it. So, I think for whoever that didn't come for reasons that was, I don't know, questionable stuff, not because of unforeseen occurrences, but just because, maybe they didn't want to fill out the form, or, ego stuff or whatever, right? I'm sure that looking at the end result, people can say, oh man, that
should have been there. Damn it. Missed out.
Yeah.
Can you do it again? These are some of the things we hear, like, right? Can you do it again?
Right. So yeah, let's actually, I'm going to go ahead and play this. This is actually a short documentary that we did, and Kevin Epperson, he was the film guy behind it, and his whole team, and they did a really great job. And so, for those that didn't get a chance to see it, go ahead and let's take a look at this right now.
Let's check it out.
Like I always wanted to do a photo like that. Now that I have, after so many years of doing photography, I've never done anything at such a large scale like that. And I told myself that I would beat myself up if I didn't take that risk. When it comes to hip hop in Chicago, the enormous amount of talented, skillful, creative people here in all the elements. Yeah, and that's what I tell people, that's my classic album. That is my platinum, 3-time, 5-time platinum, however, that is my baby right there. And there's nothing that could replace that, because or the fact that when you come to Chicago, my thing was that when I wanted to take the picture, though I wanted that look, but I also wanted to add to the fact that I wanted to give it that look. And from that, that's what I envisioned.
They always talk about how, our city doesn't show love. This is a prime example that hip hop is alive in Chicago.
That's what's beautiful about Chicago hip hop is that we know we're all family. So to see everybody here, just I'm very honored. Like it hit me in the heart. It hit me in the heart a little bit, seeing everything and seeing everybody.
And so I'm seeing like 3 generations of hip hop over here. So it's a special day, man. This probably never happen again. Everybody in one spot at the same time. Jesus Christ, man. This is a photo was mandatory.
Hip hop's crazy. So is life.
Everybody moves around and we don't get a chance to kind of sit down and take stock of the people and the culture and get a chance to see everybody. Everybody's moving and doing their own thing. So a moment like this where we can all come together and just spend a few moments, think about all the high fives and the daps everybody was giving each other, the hugs, the love. Hey man, I ain't seen you in a minute. I ain't seen you. How you doing? Man, all that love, man, it's real. This is not manufactured. This is real, man.
Growing up and having to go to Navy Pier to try to meet other people in the city to like go have ciphers and whatnot. So when I think about how segregated the city's been, because we've all grown up in it, it's working in government to figure out how do you change it to bring more people together, to make sure we're a community. Because me being a hip hop kid, going out there in the middle of the street at night as a kid, I was able to meet so many other people from across Chicago. So we've got one city that we have to make better for all of us. So it's cool just to tap into everybody too and see what they've got going on. So,
man, there's legends over here. There's legends in the game, right over here, 20 feet away.
Okay, yeah, man, this is definitely a monumental moment.
So when I got to Chicago, I got a chance to get introduced to some of them, and I got introduced to my fathead little brother right here, the killer MC, and we took off from there. And so Chicago hip hop means the world to us. And so a moment like this is beautiful. Thanks for everybody for breaking us out. And all the MCs, DJs, and producers, man, big ups, man, from your boys Aztec, De Niro, and DJ C's.
So with this being July, being Hip Hop Heritage Month, we spoke to one of our super photographers, Ronnie Boykin Jr. It's a great day in Chicago. It's beautiful, man. I mean, you have every MC, every DJ, producer, graffiti artist, B-boy, you name it. Anybody that has anything to do with Chicago hip-hop culture is out in this place. So
it's a very, very, very emotional moment. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. I almost didn't make it, and I'm so glad this made my whole year. It was that impactful.
We don't realize how much culture, how much fruit we have here in Chicago. So I think it's dope that we all came together. It's all love. Nobody here is worried about nothing. We just came here for the love of it.
That's the thing, man. We a part of the culture. I just live this, bro. It ain't nothing like I'm set out on a mission to accomplish something, to try to, you know what I'm saying, prove a point. I'm just a part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? And I love what I do.
And I think that a day like this doesn't come around a lot. So when people like Ronnie Boykin have the idea to get us all together to take a picture, I think we should hold it really close to heart. So this is something that is historic. It is definitely an eye-opener because a lot of times we get older in hip-hop, we start to see people leave and we think that they're out of the game. But today proved that nobody is out of the game.
But this right here, man, this is a monument, man. This right here, this is historical. This is historical.
I think this event was important because it's capturing history for other people to see us. You know what I mean?
But to me, it's so dope. It's inspirational. It's showing that a whole lot of people that are from the same culture and the same experience can get together and have a beautiful moment in this heat and be here to capture this. And it's a history-making moment, and I think it's beautiful.
It's a rich culture here that hasn't been exposed to the world.
You know, it feels good to be around, you know, the energy of my peers, you know what I'm saying, doing this, you know, repping our city. You know, it's not always about the money. It's about the culture first and foremost, with the love and being authentic, you know what I'm saying, about the craft.
So hip hop ain't going nowhere. It ain't been nowhere. It ain't leaving. Chicago been here since day one with the music, and right here is a testament to that.
Man, this is a beautiful event. Let me tell you something. All I see is hip hop, like for real, from like 3 different eras, man. I love this. This is crazy. This is beautiful.
Been knowing all these brothers for years, but we go way back to the 90s. It's part of, just glad I'm a part of this whole event. Glad to be around my brothers. I ain't been as active on it, but stay tuned. We got something definitely cooking in the building. For real, for real.
This is one of the most epic days in Chicago ever when it comes to Chicago hip hop, because this photo will represent the people of the city.
You know, hip hop is a religion for us. So, like, to see my brothers and sisters in this religion we call hip hop, to have them come together and be here for this specific moment was just amazing. And we'll just keep the work going.
People pay to see these people. That blows my mind. 'Cause I remember when didn't nobody pay to see nobody. And we was doing it out of the strength and out of love for each other. This is dope. This museum is dope. This day is amazing. This is amazing.
It's a lot of guys here and women here that I met back in '94, and to see them now, you know, 30 years later, it's beautiful. For Ron to get this and put it together, it's beautiful, man. It's like, it's something that the city needs. You know, we have to, like Rhyme Fest always says, we have to be intentional on coming, on showing up for each other. So the fact that so many of us showed up and we still doing this is beautiful, man.
This type of event it's monumental, man. It shows that Chicago got a rich hip hop heritage. Even though we might not be in the spotlight, only a handful of people got exposed or whatever, but it's a lot of legends out here. You know what I'm saying? And it on all aspects, from graffiti to DJing and MCing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a beautiful thing just to see people I ain't seen in a long time. A lot of people I ain't seen 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying?
Big ups to Ronnie for putting this together, because it wouldn't be anything without Ronnie Boykin.
Like you say, awesome day in Chicago.
It's needed. Our history needs to be told and needs to be seen. So for this to be put together for the nostalgia's sake, the history's sake, and what it could mean in the future, because hip-hop is the only genre of music in which we don't celebrate our past. We don't celebrate where it came from. So for this to be happening and to have people here from the beginning of when Chicago hip-hop started to now is awesome.
Some people today came for the first time to see the museum, and we're hoping people will continue to do that, and we're looking forward toward the future. So one love to Chicago and everybody that supports.
Chicago hip-hop, at least for us, is a small community. So we didn't really consider each other like it's different crews, but everybody was family. Even if we was into it with each other, we still was family. So today was more of a family reunion for me. Being able to see people that I haven't seen in 20, 30 years, being able to see all of us in good health.
I know Kingdom and I share the same sentiment, but for me personally, this makes my heart joyful.
To me, this is a very big thing for the city of Chicago, because we, a lot of us been putting it down for a lot of years,
and today is proof that hip hop is about people. It's about people, okay, and it's about skill set, and it's about contributions. It's about love. You know what I'm saying? It's about passion. You know what I'm saying? And it's about knowledge.
So this means a lot for everybody to come through and do this iconic photo. I mean, it's gonna stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. I couldn't miss it for nothing.
Chicago hip hop saved my life.
We are a group of people that came together 40 years ago, and that connection is still building and growing today.
So yeah, but it's an honor, man. Just to be here representing the city the way it is, and to meet some of the OGs I never met. It's a beautiful thing, and we're in front of one of the monuments, man. This is historic day in Chicago hip hop history.
You know what I'm saying? Just to come back and be a part of the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum and everything that they're doing to preserve the history of Chicago is amazing. I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad everybody. I'm proud of all of us as Chicago hip hop artists, MCs, DJs, breakdancers, all that. You know, because we need to do more stuff for our own and represent home. You know what I mean?
You know, this hip hop, man, it ain't gonna die, man. You dig what I'm saying? Because from our generation to the new generation, hip hop saved all our lives, man. Gave us a new, you know what I'm saying, way to look at life instead of doing wrong and all that. So we give it back to the youngsters and hoping that they give it back to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
We started in this building, and in 2-3 years, we'll be in 16,000 square feet. Like Ronnie's special because Ronnie is now Chicago's Hip Hop Gordon Parks.
Do not let anyone fool you. Chicago hip hop is rich and alive.
Yeah. So, what's your take, man? What kind of feedback can you give on that, brother, Mr. RYC Live? You know,
Literally, I hear a lot of feedback right now. I don't know what happened, but it's so reverberous right now. It's like I don't even know if you can hear it, but it's like you just came out the studio. Yeah, man. It's like it's a lot of reverb going on.
Okay.
But the production was well put together.
Mm-hmm.
Being into production, video production, I like the way it was put together.
Okay.
Very well said. A lot of people said some good stuff. The way everybody came out to represent, that was a good look for us. There was no violence. It was a great day, and I wish that I would have been there, but I was there in spirit.
Yeah.
And one thing that I honestly believe in my heart is that a lot of those people who attended that photo shoot knew about the collage that we put together in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And there were quite a few people who didn't make that collage who was like, I'm not missing the next one. So I believe that the first collage played a major role in that collage happening. Because again, when people saw what we did and how we were starting to come together with projects and showing unity amongst us all as a whole, I feel like some people missed out on that opportunity and was like, if that opportunity happens to present itself again, I'm definitely going to be a part of that photo. And I think that played a role with a lot of people actually coming out that day as well. And I believe if or when there's another project that comes out, it's going to be even more people, because those people who didn't make it to neither one, who didn't have the opportunity to be on the first collage or that one, they're going to realize, hey, I'm missing out. I need to be a part. I need to be a part of this. And I think that, it's going to be, I think it's the start of a great beginning of where we should have been a long time ago, but better late than never.
Yeah. I agree. I think Kevin did a great job, him and his entire team, even coming up with the idea to do it, because what we should have done, I think that should have still happened anyway, but what we also should have done is reached out to the news networks, And that's something that we didn't do. So we didn't get no news coverage. But, we'll know for next time.
I just grabbed my phone and moved it just to see if that can offset the audio, because I notice sometimes when I'm on the phone, when I turn it a certain way, it echoes. It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
And my phone does crazy things. You have witnessed that, So like I can literally have my phone turned one way and I hear reverb from the person who I'm talking to on the other line. And then I turn it another way and then it stops. I'm like,
yeah.
So I don't know what this is all about. It's kind of annoying. I did read in the comment where Lady Alicia mentioned that she can hear the reverb in my voice, but your voice was sounding pretty good.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we'll get to the bottom of it. But that's not going to stop the show.
For sure. I wish I had a little bit more time to be prepared to show some of the highlights from this summer's event at the Millennial Park, where we had Common perform. It was actually a free event, so Common was down there and some other celebrities as well as Jennifer Hudson. They actually performed together with a live band. It was super dope, man, and that was back in July. And so, Common was in town and he did a free concert at Millennial Park. So it was good to see him, still coming back home and kicking it with family, as big as he is in terms of his career right now,
Well, check this out. We did talk about the Direct and his show at the Promontory.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a video of the performance that took place at the Promontory by one of the legends in Chicago hip hop, Mr. D.A. Smart. So why don't we go ahead and get off into that clip?
All right, check it out, y'all.
Check it out. Do me a favor. Put your left foot in front of your right foot and do the city shot. Have you heard of the city crime? Sociologists be telling me the city died from all the murder and gang banging and drug dealing. Every 30 hours they found another body with some slugs in them. And ain't no blood in it. It's the ill state, nigga. And ain't no love in it. Now we gon' start from the south side. The GDs and PDs and lights on don't coincide. So let me be your tour guide. So when you in the certain area, you won't know what that's gonna ride. And let's start with the vulture. Folks will go up the fourth time. Niggas think of their own stuff. That's what they think the state's illegal. But just a few minutes up, you got me these on up 3 fingers. We call what they know, but that don't be concerned. The sections MCs be running a hole. You got police stations up in the trailer, they there, but they can't save you. I'm just here to remind you that if you're lucky, keep the number, take it, who to know what the signs are. Cause for that be a body, you might have your baby coming and identify your body. So walk with me, know my dad, don't make the south side. Don't be acting like you hard, then leave your mouth wide. Over east, no peace. If y'all with me, play the fucking chorus with me. They go to the west side. They keep just to show you that they the best side. This is the city where the boss be. Put your left foot in front of your right foot. If you be trying to go west, you in Motown. My niggas still up the vibe. I bet they hit that cash. OCD Country Cottage Grove. The 6th straight. Black Stone run that area in its 4th grade. Blue Park in Terrortown. Remember the boys, the devil take the terror down. But on 87th, Jeffrey, the niggas who fight blood, committed to their women and all women. The child boys, like in late time. To the GD, but GD, are running pipes down in Lon City. Representatives in the English, trying to be well, so they wait. This is a crime in the city. I was in the law since every third. It's only so they can uplift me. This is really into my stomach. Get back in the job and take a trip to the roasting is a living hell. Body dropping on jail. From Penn Train to Riverdale. You can go to Coach 12 and carry a back with it. Coach proximity, but that's not considered the city. So if you don't say a lot, I'm gonna know about major crime areas in Chicago. Almost anything you wanna know. Talk to me, but if you wanna see it, what? Walk with me. Coming down, come in the south side. Coming acting like you hard, let it go out wide.
All right, all right, all right. Brother D.A. Smart. That was D.A. Smart doing his thing at the promontory. And once again, shout out to Brother Direct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, DA got something he's working on. I've been seeing some promos pop up these
Yeah.
past couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Him with Joe
So
Black.
Blackley, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I saw where Darlene, Ice-T's ex-wife, is part of the hosting of that 50-51 project they're working on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to reach out to him. His lady came up to my job recently because she comes up there from time to time to get stuff printed, and she I asked her how he was doing, and she was just like, yeah, give him, reach out to him or whatever, and I just hadn't done it yet, but yeah. D.A. Smart.
D.A. Smart.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I think we have a video with all of us in it lined up somewhere. And I think for the most part, it'd be nice if we can kind of check out that video if you already have it queued up.
Which one is that?
Well, we do have quite a few songs together with he and I and the legends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just thought I'd put that out there because I
Yeah.
know this. We're gonna try to minimize lower this volume.
Yeah.
What's going on? Check
Well,
1, 2. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
All right. So again, for those of you who are just now tuning in to the RYC Live Show right here on Facebook and YouTube, we thank you all for tuning in on this magnificent Fresh Fridays. This is the last show for 2024 as we make our way kicking down the door into 2025. So we have some surprising things ahead for 2025, and we're not gonna go into the details of that. We would just rather show you than tell you. But it's been a very exciting year. We've had some really great guests on the show. We had some Soul Train dancers on the show, some actors, actresses, quite a few people with different walks of life here sharing their story with us and the world. And we're so grateful to have them on the show, and also looking forward for them to come back just to kind of let us know what has transpired from then and now, if anything. Because our shows, they don't get a chance to tell you the entire story. So sometimes we have to come back with a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're looking forward for those who we invited to come back on the show to give us the other half of their story.
Yeah.
And so it's been a magnificent 2024. I see a lot of growth in what we're doing. As we know, hard work pays off. We've been doing this thing for a long time, and our just do is coming around, and it can be no better or perfect time when you actually sit back and think about certain things. Certain things I'm happy didn't happen when I wanted them to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
So I'm elated, man, to what's getting ready to transpire in 2025. And for those of you who are interested in coming on the show, we're interested in having you on the show. we would like to hear your story, and I'm sure others would like to hear your show as well. So you can always reach out to us at ryclive@yahoo.com. You can always send something in our DM. And just let us know if you're interested. And again, for those of you who appreciate what we've done, have been doing over the years, and would like to send a donation, there's no donation too small or too large. You can always send us a donation at RYC Live, and we'll acknowledge that donation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I wanted to say from your boy, Mr. RYC Live.
And so, look, we are already coming up on the 2-hour mark, and so I just wanted to mention a few things that we didn't get a chance to really get into, but hopefully people got a chance to watch the Olympics this summer. It was the first time that we had the adult competition for breaking in the Olympics. Even though we didn't bring home the gold medal, we did bring home the bronze medal. So we did place, in the competition. So that's good. Shout out to B-Boy Victor from Florida, representing the for the men's division. And I got a chance to watch it, and it was just an epic event, despite what some people walked away with in terms of the Australian woman. But I think overall it was a great showcase, and I hope that it continues to. I hope that it would down the road, down the line, be featured back in, because there's some talk that it may not return, but I would love to see it come back. You know what I'm saying?
I doubt that very seriously.
Yeah.
That's like saying hip hop would never return. Like, they better beat it.
Exactly, and also. We talked about Black Ice earlier, but shout out to Black Ice for doing the Legends of Chicago Hip Hop reunion this year. That was over at Hayes Park back in August. So I got a chance to go, and he's hoping to kind of kickstart that back up. So for those that would like to be a part of helping build that, because we need these events. Events honoring our peers and up and coming. We need them, and we need more helping hands of people to get involved to help these events be more successful. You know what I'm saying? And come out and support these events. So shout out once again to Black Ice and all the rest of the Legends of Chicago hip hop. Also, too, we did an event at the Blue Groove Lounge. It was the Blue Groove Lounge reunion over at Navy Pier. So shout out to Jesse Della Pena and Dirty MF and all of those brothers from that team that continually, rocked for many years over at the Blue Groove Lounge. They did a special event at Navy Pier where several Chicago artists performed, such as Orange 13 and Urbanized Music with Chris and Amina, and the list just goes on and on. We had some of the highlight of the DJs doing their thing as well. So that was dope. And then in December we had our induction ceremony for Brother Sinatra's. So we're going to be doing more of those in the upcoming year for next year and moving forward. So be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? We want to continue to give people their flowers while they can still smell them. Shout out to your son coming down to the museum and seeing what his dad, had going on and, in times past. And that was great back in November when we got a chance, when he got a chance to come in there and see, all the rich history of Chicago artists doing their thing, much appreciated.
Yeah. Get a chance to go back to the future to see JMD again.
Right. So with that being said, we lost a lot of people this year. It became very overwhelming just kind of looking through the list of so many, people, great people at that we've lost, in the hip hop world and just celebrity wise, it's just unbelievable. And it's almost like, you don't want to see stuff like this happen more, but we know that it's just inevitable, right? We're gonna constantly lose people as we grow older. It's just a part of life, you know. And yet, but I think it's just important to make sure that we remember uh, their legacy, remember the works that they did, and so we have a short clip that we're going to show. But in particularly, I would just like to say peace and love to all of the people families that we lost this year. Whether you was hip hop or celebrity, whatever kind of entertainer you were, we would like to just send our love and peace out to the families and friends of the lost ones that we've lost. And just try to keep the blessings going up. Be a source of strength and encouragement to one another for those of us that still alive, because we still need it. You know what I'm saying? And what can I say, man? It's just, we lost a lot of great people this year, 2024. That part of it, is just like, ugh.
Yeah, that's the part that sucks, unfortunately. But that's why it's important to not waste the gift of life,
Mhm.
because we all have a gift, even when people don't realize it. And we all have a story, and we all have a walk that we that 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 has the story that comes with it.
Yeah.
And see, that's why we do what we do. So when that day comes, you can always go back and reflect on the thing that made that person who they were.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's a part of life.
Yeah.
And so why not? Hey man, I'm 100% sure that whether people acknowledge it or not, that our work, it will not be done in vain and unseen or unheard. And so we already know what our purpose is, and we're going to continue to do what we do here on the platform and in general.
Right.
And I just want to send a super shout out once again to everybody who took a moment to watch the show. And this next clip, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to show is just a few of many who we have lost just this year alone. So many that we weren't even able to pull up all of the photos, but charge it to our mind, not our hearts, because we mean well with good intentions to do the best that we can right here on the platform. So if we have not said any names or post any pictures, it's just that, what we do here, we do our best. And we ask that if there's something that you can do to enhance the show, provide photos and stuff like that, we're open to that as well. That's a part of donations as well. But one that really hits home, they all hit home, but like the legends of Chicago hip hop we had the Chicago Ill Cypher. And there was a video, Cypher 3, that we have not even released yet, who happened to have one of the brothers who we lost. And we gotta put that video out. But that was the kid. And like I said, a lot of others who we're gonna get ready to show in this last clip. So yeah. I hate really talking about it, but their life will live. We're gonna make sure that their life is gonna live. So we're not about to end on a sad note, because we're gonna celebrate their life and their legacy. And that's what we do, y'all. Right
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
RYC Live. So, Artistic, without further ado, what do you have to say before we take it home?
All right, let's check this out, and then we're gonna conclude the show, y'all.
Let's see what we got. So let's have a moment of silence. We don't have any audio on this, so during this time, let's just have a moment of silence for our fallen soldiers.
Yeah. So and then there were many others. Those were just some of the ones from Chicago. I actually found this image here that kind of shows a collage of some of the celebrity artists that we lost this year. And there's a few more that's not even on here. So 2024 was a year. Yep. So yeah, I think we're gonna keep it moving, and like Mr. RYC Live said himself, we're gonna continue to, as Jesse Jackson say, keep hope alive. Yeah, keep hope alive. So peace and love to you all of our viewers out there. We will be back next year with brand new episodes and new strategies and new ideas, fresh content. So get up with us, support us, show us some love as we continue to do the same to you.
And if you, that's right, I'm talking to you. If you or someone you happen to know have it in them who would like to be a host their own show, we have the RYC Live platform right here for them to do it. All they have to do is reach out to us, ryclive@yahoo.com. Let us know that they're interested, or let us know that you're interested in having your own podcast on the network, and we can help to make that happen. All right? So the faces that you see, there's more to the team than just Artistic and myself. We have people that play the back scenes, But also become a face of RYC Live. We're interested in building and growing our network and our team, and we welcome all comers who are really serious about being a host or just being on the show. So if you're serious, all serious inquiries only, you have a passion, and it's something that you really want to do, we're here for you. We're going to help make it happen because we work as a team here. But if you own some other stuff, don't waste our time, and we won't waste y'all. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, come on and join the team, RYC Live. Come on and get y'all podcasts up and running. We're right here for you. We're going to help to make it happen. RYCLive@yahoo.com. Hit us up.
And before we conclude, one more event I'd like to put out there for you all. If you all are looking for something to do on New Year's Eve, you can hit us up. We will have a special event going on New Year's Eve 2024 at the Willis Tower. If you're here in Chicago, come on down. The Willis Tower, 232 South Franklin. We're going to be partying and celebrating on the 44th floor, bringing in the new year, 2025. So on behalf of the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum, as well as the RYC Live, we just like to invite you to come on and party with us safely, because this is going to be a great event, but it's definitely going to be a safe event. So something to look forward to. I haven't been out on New Year's Eve in over 20 years. So looking forward to it.
And for those of you who don't know what the Willis Tower is, formerly known as the Sears Tower. The Sears Tower, for those of you who don't know what the Willis Tower is. It is formerly known as the Sears Tower. Hope to see you all there.
Yeah.
Bringing in the new year, 2025. See your face in the place. Come on down, y'all, and celebrate and bring in the new year. Hope to see you.
All right, y'all. My name is Artistic, and we are out.
Peace.